Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for May the 23rd through to the 29th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, thank you so much for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy that you send my way each and every day. Thank you so, so much. Now let's get to you. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So you sit here with confidence this week. So you should have a, I have a frog in my throat. My goodness. This should be a week where you feel very strong, self-confident. Okay? Now, the sun is carved into your chair. You sit next to the angel. You sit there with that pentacle on your lap, very content, very knowing that you are moving forward in the right direction. There could be all kinds of wonderful new ideas come to you because the sky is electrified. So pay attention to your thoughts, to those little clues you get from the universe, your angels, your spirit guides, God. Absolutely. Because they're just going to empower you that much more this week. We have next to it the Ace of Pentacles. So this is new path forward in abundance. Absolutely. So two pentacles right in a row for our first two cards. So this is a strong week for creating money, knowing how to create money, stepping into opportunities that will bring in extra income your way. Or it could be your well-being. It could be health matters. Absolutely. Now, usually when it's the Ace of Pentacles, something appears in your path that will help you move forward. Okay, it could be monetary. It could be a small win on a lottery. It could be an insurance payout. It could be a court settlement. It could be a gift. It could be inheritance. Not necessarily always money, though. It could be a mentor coming in, sharing their wisdom with you. It could be where you have the opportunity for a new job, but you need a new wardrobe, and somebody is cleaning out their closet and has that perfect wardrobe in a garbage bag for you. And it's exactly what you needed in order to look sharp for that first week of work. So it's what you truly need, what you are asking for the most will come into being. Now, the universe, God, your angels, your spirit guides also have to agree with you on what you truly need to go forward. So that's probably where the catch is, but something comes into play this week for you. Something happens to allow you to step onto new paths of opportunity, of abundance, of well-being. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So we are moving forward, absolutely. Things are changing in their appearance in our life, okay? What once gave us security is no longer giving us security, or the security that it once gives changes in some way, or maybe it's the love. The best way I can always describe this card is, because sometimes now we do have the Wheel of Fortune crossing over. So for some of us, it could be closing doors in order for new doors to happen. Absolutely. And there probably will be a door closing. Most times with this card, though, things change in the appearance of the security it gave us. We no longer need that type of security, or we no longer need to lean on that friendship in that way, or that situation in that way anymore. That we feel empowered in how we are going forward. So it's like the child that grows to adulthood, and now it's time to leave the parental home. So the parental home we don't close the door on the parental home, but it does change in the way it offers us security, in the way it offers us love, so that we can go forward with a new sense of independence, growing and creating our dreams going forward. Now with the Wheel of Fortune, we are more about closing those doors in order for those opportunities to be. But I'm getting a strong sense that it's finances here, because we started with two pentacles. This does look like a pentacle. So maybe it is looking at new ways of growing money. Maybe it's walking away from a job that really didn't satisfy us, really didn't allow us to tap into our passions, our creativity, what we can do well, what our talents and abilities are. It could be looking at new jobs, new careers. It could be taking a hobby and making it into extra income. So we close the door on the word hobby and we turn it into something that is career based. We have the Ten of Cups as our underlying energy, so it's all about our happily ever after. It's all about the creation of our happily ever after, walking the path to our happily ever after this week. So pay attention to what shows up in your path on how, especially how to create money and abundance and well-being in your life. There could be a brand new path open up to you this week, absolutely, with these cards all the way they are. Bringing in a new type of prosperity or abundance or joy in your life. And then we have the moon as the overriding energy. So this is really tapping into what brings you pleasure, happiness, joy. This is really finding the balance of who you are and reaching out into the world and, going for the adventure, going for the freedom, the liberation, the expansion of your path. We have the Seven of Pentacles. What are you cultivating? So that really goes with the moon well, because what are you cultivating? What are you, you make that conscious determination, that conscious choice in doing things a certain way, saying things a certain way, putting yourself into certain situations for an end result. So what are we cultivating? What are we growing? What are we developing in our life going forward? What does, or how does today mirror what we want to become, who we want to become, what we want to create, what we want to master in our lives? And then we have the sun. So you know what? You sparkle. You ever get that you're in a room and you turn towards the door, even though you didn't hear the person enter, because it's their energy that leads the way? This is you this week. This is your energy, your sparkle. So you are like a magnet to people, opportunities, situations this week. It should be all about you too, right? The sun has moved into Gemini, so happy birthday. So your self-confidence should be very strong this week. Your vitality, your sparkle. Okay, this is a week where you can attract the right people, the right situations into your life. So this isn't a week to take time out. This is a week to really go forward. What are you cultivating? What do you wake up every morning and say, I'm doing this today because I want this goal in my life tomorrow? Because this is a week to really take opportunities, to take the strides towards opportunities, to be aware of the opportunities. And you sparkle, you attract people. People see what you bring to the table. Now, as we go towards the weekend, we have the Five of Pentacles. We have so many Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is coming up. Now, this is essentially feeling like you are left out in the cold. That everybody else is moving forward, you're not. Everybody else is getting their wishes, their desires, you're not. The thing you really have to realize here is that you are sitting in front of the door of abundance. And it may not seem that way, so there is a patience to be had. There is a inner belief that you have to have in yourself that you are doing the right things, that you are cultivating the right things in your life in order to move forward, that you've got this, that there is a strength in who you are. It's coupled with the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Now, the Four of Pentacles is releasing something from the past, something that's holding you back. It could be just your thought pattern. It could be an actual situation that you need to move away from. The other part of the Four of Pentacles is that you really need to embrace your talents, your abilities. Really use them, embrace them for where you are going in life. To not hide them under a rock, to not let, this is a week for you to shine. Absolutely. Now, with the Knight of Wands next to it, there could be a fear of success here. Because this is really energy for looking back in time and seeing where we have walked through a lesson and the wisdom that we've taken away from it. So something this weekend especially, or maybe early next week, could remind you of something that you've already walked through in life. An opportunity, a way to shine, where you didn't step up to the plate, where you didn't show or grandstand your abilities, your talents, and show the world what you bring to the table. So this is the time to revisit where you feel you've dropped the ball, where you've disappointed yourself, where you didn't go that extra mile, where you didn't say those words that you should have said, where you didn't join that group that you should have joined. And understanding the lesson that you walked through and the wisdom, because it's going to matter going forward. That you're almost going to get the same type of lesson again. And now's the time to make a different choice, a different action. Choose different words. Show them what you bring to the table in order to strengthen your path forward, in order to step into those opportunities. For love, relationships, we have justice. You are really looking for a balance, a harmony, a joy within relationships. And you are thinking this through a lot this week. Now, could new relationships come to you? Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles. That brings in new beginnings, in well-being, in abundance. So if your thoughts of abundance is a loving, secure relationship, then very much it could be. You are walking into new paths. You are closing doors on old things in your life for new doors to open. The new door could be a relationship. Absolutely. We have an Ace of Cups too, but it's in your spirituality, which is a card that I usually don't touch in the weeklies, more so in the monthlies. So, you would be more apt to run across a new love in a quiet walk through nature, somewhere where it is like a spiritual gathering. Maybe you're waiting for your Reiki appointment and somebody else is waiting in the waiting room. That's how you could meet. It's through spirituality that you could actually meet somebody new. Maybe it's a synagogue or a church or a place of worship. But you are really looking at what needs to be as far as balance and harmony within relationships, what you have to have, what's the underlying energy that needs to be. And if you are in a relationship, this is looking at how to make it strong, how to make it into the joyous, loving relationship you want it to be, how to grow it, how to bring in balance into the relationship. And you could very well be very, very strong in your communication on what needs to be within the relationship. So, You know, pull yourself out of it a little bit. Understand the words that you might use or the actions that you want to use in order to convey what you really need within the relationship, so that there's a buy-in, so that they understand where you were coming from. And it might open up windows of opportunity where you can see where you haven't been providing the balance or the strength in a way you thought you had been. And it could open up a world of communication and really grow that relationship into something stronger, deeper, more meaningful. And bring the joy back into the relationship. For work, career, money, finances, we have the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Six of Pentacles could go one of two ways when it's in this placement. Either you've done something in the past that you really didn't think that you got the reward for, or you weren't noticed in some way. You thought that you would get maybe a raise in pay, or you thought you'd at least get a thank you, and nothing really transpired. This is when it comes to be. This is when the promotion comes up. This is when the gratitude shows up. This is when the increase in pay shows up. It's something that you did once upon a time that now comes into balance of getting the reward for. Or you need to do something now and not expect the instant gratification, but the reward to actually come in 3 weeks, 6 months, a year down the road. So we need to be a little selfless in what we are doing and what we are giving in when it comes to work, career, and not expecting things to be instant gratification, instant payment. So it's one of two ways. I mean, if you can think back to a time where you really feel that you made a mark in career or work and it really went unnoticed, this is probably the time when things are going to start to happen in your career, in your work life, because of that time. Or it could be that you need to do something now. So if there is something that you can sign up for, or that little extra that you can do to make a difference, don't expect the reward right away. Don't expect the thank yous. But know that there is a payoff down the road, that it is bridging you to a better career or a better financial reward or a better position within the company. And it could even play out in charitable work. So you've done something for a charity where it went unnoticed. And now somebody phones you up because they saw what you did back then and they have a placement and they really like you to be part of the team. Or it could be where you have the opportunity to do something now when it comes to charity work that will actually turn into monetary down the road for you. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.